The Torah is teaching us that the same concept exists in spirituality. Growth needs to be systematic. One needs to go through every stage, step by step, until he can get to the top. In every stage, he develops skills which are necessary to make him a complete person. Quite often, one gets inspired and wants to become great overnight. In order for it to really last, a person needs to move at slow increments until each step becomes part of him. For example, if he wants to improve his prayer and have stronger concentration, he needs to start with one small segment until he masters it. Then moving on, as opposed to trying to master the whole thing at once. Growth is made up of lots of small steps, eventually leading to greatness. When finding this Dvar Torah, I thought to myself, what better way to introduce everyone to the first name of my new son, Moshe, Eitan. Still feels worth saying. My son's first name comes from my grandfather, Moshe, or Max. Growing up, I have many memories of coming over to my grandfather's house and always seeing him learning. When I would ask my brother what he was learning, he would always tell me the same thing. It was something Jewish and it was something very important. When I would, I already said that. I always remember thinking to myself, if the day would ever come that I would be able to learn the way he did, I would have accomplished something great in my life. When I was 15, my grandfather Max passed away. While in many ways it was a very sad time for myself as a teen, it also began my own spiritual and religious growth as a Jew. I can only hope and pray that by giving my son the name of a man I looked up to as much as in life I did my grandfather Max, that my son could become as learned as he was. When thinking of a middle name for our son, Lauren and I had countless discussions. In the end, we discussed and we decided on the name Eitan. Eitan meaning strength. About a year ago, Lauren's grandmother, Bobby Rose, passed away. If there is one character trait both Lauren and I believe describe Bobby Rose, it's strength. Throughout her life, when encountering any sort of challenge many of us may back away from, Bobby Rose always had the opposite reaction to such challenges. Her view was to always charge forward with strength and courage. I remember sitting with Bobby Rose a few years back, at the ripe old age of 99, and hearing about her life prior to coming to America and her life after arriving in America. Needless to say that our lives seem like a walk in the park compared to what Bobby Rose encountered. My wish for my son is that he has the same strength that his great-grandmother was able to display throughout her life. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank several people who have played a key role in what you see before you today and in our lives. Let me begin with Rabbi Becker. For those of you who don't know Rabbi Becker, well, my suggestion is that you get to know him. Over the last year, I've had the opportunity to get to know Rabbi Becker in a way many might never have had the opportunity. He is truly an incredible person who has brought so much to our community and even more to our families' lives. Thank you, Rabbi, so much. Next, I'd like to thank my surrogate mother, Karen Berger. Without her and Cindy Lewis's assistance, as well as of course a couple of her kids, what you see before you today would never have happened. If only I could describe the countless ways you've impacted my life, Karen, I would be up here for literally hours. Next, I'd like to thank my in-laws, Gail and Erwin Childs. When married Lauren, I truly married into a wonderful family. You've made me feel welcome in ways I could never have imagined. Whether it's Dad lending me the last Baldacci novel, or Mom always volunteering for babysitting services with the kids, I can't offer enough thanks your way. Thank you. I'd also like to thank my family who is not able to be here today. Without my family, the way that they brought me up, I would not be who I am today. So I know that this is going to the camera more so than anything else. Thank you so much. And finally, last but not least, to my HSI Lauren. Every day during the pregnancy, we would wake up at the crack of dawn with the kids while I was in Minyan, get their lunches ready, say goodbye as soon as I got home from shul, head to work, come home, and more often than not, tend to the kids until it was their bedtime because I was busy working. Throughout your pregnancy, you would try to explain to me in words that I would understand that being pregnant was like running a marathon every day. While I'm still not sure how accurate that marathon metaphor might be, I want you to know that with all my heart that I know that everything you did throughout your pregnancy and throughout our marriage and throughout your life has been all about our family. I love you more than anyone can imagine. I truly understand how lucky I am. And lastly, to everyone here, I know that we have people who have traveled from as far away as New York and from Boca and from all over the place, North Miami Beach. Thank you so much for being here. I know that many of you need to be at work, and I've already used up more than my allotted time. And thank you for so much for coming and celebrating the Simcha with myself and my family. Thank you.